Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the sources so you don't have to, giving you the core insights fast. Today, we're really diving deep into some ancient texts. We're looking at these powerful, almost overwhelming visions of divine throne rooms. And this isn't just, old stories. It's about understanding maybe the universe's blueprint as seen by prophets and what it implies.
It really is fascinating. You look at Daniel, Ezekiel, Revelation, even Psalms and Moses, and you see these recurring themes, these visions of divine structure. They give us these surprising glimpses into sovereignty, justice, even love as the basis of reality. For anyone tracking these ideas, the connections are, well, pretty stunning.
Okay, let's jump right in. Daniel 7, it's quite the image. A throne of fiery flames, wheels like burning fire, and then the figure on it, the Ancient of Days. Clothes like snow, hair like pure wool. What hits you most about that image?
Well, beyond just the sheer spectacle, it screams holiness, doesn't it? Majesty, unapproachability almost. And it's interesting, this Ancient of Days is generally understood as God the Father, distinct from Christ in Revelation. But the descriptions, the feel of the majesty, it's very similar. It points to that shared divine nature,
Right, a shared essence.
Exactly. And we have to remember, these aren't like photographs. They're visions, divinely permitted glimpses, like Ezekiel says, God revealing himself in ways we can sort of grasp.
Okay, so that's the throne itself. What about who's around it? Revelation chapter 4 gives us those 4 living creatures.
Ah, yes, the cherubim.
A lion, a calf, one with a human face, an eagle, and they're covered in eyes and wings.
Yes, John describes them with 6 wings, which is interesting because Ezekiel, when he sees similar beings, mentions 4 wings.
So are they the same beings, different perspectives?
That's the question, isn't it? It could be different aspects being revealed, or maybe different roles, or even different beings all together in the heavenly host. Scholars debate that. But their main job seems crystal clear in both accounts. Constant worship, that holy, holy, holy chant. And in Ezekiel, they're actually bearing the throne platform. They're integral to God's very presence and movement.
Wow. Okay, so this heavenly scene, how does it connect down to earth, to things people could actually see or touch, like the tabernacle?
That's a great connection. The tabernacle is often seen as this microcosm, a model of creation or space-time. And think about the Ark of the Covenant, right on top, the mercy seat, that gold lid.
Where God's presence was said to dwell?
Exactly. And what's under the mercy seat inside the Ark?
The commandments, the stone tablets.
Right. Exodus tells us to put the testimony, the commandments in the Ark, and the mercy seat on top. So the throne, symbolized by the mercy seat, rests directly on God's law, his character.
Which ultimately boils down to the commandment of love, right? Supported by what the Psalms say, righteousness and justice.
Precisely. Psalm 89 and 97 are key there. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. It means God's rule isn't just raw power. It's fundamentally moral. It's based on perfect principles.
Which also means approaching that throne, well, it's serious business. Leviticus warns about entering the Holy of Holies improperly. Sin has consequences there.
It absolutely does. That holiness, that fiery justice is real. So the question becomes, how can anyone approach?
And that leads us towards atonement. The system itself seems to provide a way.
It does. Think about the fire again. The fire on the altar of burnt offering outside the tabernacle. Initially, that fire represents judgment on sin. But through the sacrificial system,
it becomes something else.
Yes, as outlined in Leviticus 16, the high priest takes coals from that altar, along with incense, into the Holy of Holies. That fire, representing judgment borne by the sacrifice, is transformed. Through Christ's ultimate sacrifice, that fire of judgment becomes, for believers, a fire of salvation. He takes the curse,
allowing access to the throne.
Exactly. And Revelation even picks up this imagery with the prayers of the saints, the martyrs, rising like incense from that altar fire up to God's throne. It all points toward this great atonement, the ultimate resolution where sin and death are finally dealt with, a move from pure justice to redemptive love.
So when we piece all these visions together, from Daniel's fiery throne to Revelation's worship to the tabernacle symbolism, it's an incredible picture.
It really is. A universe underpinned by a divine throne founded on perfect love and absolute justice.
These layered symbols, the fire, the creatures, the mercy seat, the atonement, they paint a picture of a cosmic order, a purpose far grander than we often stop to consider.
So maybe the question to ponder is, what does it really mean for you, personally, to live within a reality that's described as being this ordered, this purposeful, and ultimately this redemptive?